Hello my student, this is your instructor Professor Nurani again. Today we are going to talk about experiment number 2. So the title says that improving surface roughness of rapid prototyping parts using designer experiment. So there are a couple of new things here. First of all, we need to understand what is surface roughness. We also need to understand what is designer experiment. Especially the designer experiment is new to all of you, because designer experiment, sometimes we call DOE, is an advanced technique normally taught in a graduate class in many universities. However, I have been working on DOE for a long time and I have been able to bring it to the undergraduate level. So I think we are all very fortunate that we are being exposed to this very beautiful technology of statistical tool. So the importance of surface roughness is that many advanced tech companies want surfaces to be very smooth. If the surface is above certain level, they do not accept. So we in universities or companies design and manufacture a lot of parts, and we have to make sure that the parts are coming out very smooth within the acceptable level of the company. And in order to do that, we are going to use a new technique called designer experiment. Now we are again going back to rapid prototyping samples. We are going to make samples using a rapid prototype machine. In the first experiment, we talked about the fuse deposition modeling of stratuses. This time we might use another 3D printer, small printer, to be MakerBot. It also uses fuse deposition modeling principle. It can also use a PLA materials. So our goal is to expose ourselves to the new machine, new materials, and use this machine to do this experiment. Why we are doing it? As I said, our goal is to improve the surface roughness using designer experiment technique. There are other techniques, but this is a very good technique that will help us improve the surfaces. Why you want to do it? Because RP samples are not always smooth. We can improve it using this technique. So what is the surface roughness? So if you have a sample, like you can look at this, and I have drawn a very simple part. And if you look at the top, it looks smooth to naked eyes, but if you put under microscope, the top surface has a waviness. And so this simple part has a length, and its waviness is fluctuating in the y direction. We're going to use a surface profilometer instrument that, when it started, goes over the surface and records its y fluctuation, and at the end it has an algorithm that will give us a value of surface roughness, normally called RA. The algorithm that it uses is the definition of surface roughness. It is 1 over L, 0 to L, y fx dx. It is expressed in micrometer, meaning 10 to the minus 6 meter. So it could be 10 micrometer, 20 micrometer. I remember many years ago when I make a prototype sample, the sample roughness could be 50 micron. But how do we bring it to like a 10? Some companies say if it is more than 10, we are not going to accept. So my problem is, how do I reduce the surface roughness? So I am going to use the design of experiment technique to do that. So we need to understand what is DOE, and the week before today we gave you a very good introduction of DOE. So I'm not going to go back and spend a lot of time, but you know that it is a statistical tool that gives us the tool to use for surface roughness. Now, to talk briefly about the DOE, we always have to use factors and level before you do experiment. Now, you remember that when you use a rapid prototyping machine, you can control some of the parameters, like a temperature, like a layer height, like a orientation, like the nozzle diameter that you are using in your machine. So this design of experiment depends on the factors and their level. Most of the time, the level could be low and high, could be low, medium and high, that means 3 level, 2 level or 4 level. As you increase the level, it gets more complex. You need to do more experiment. So first of all, we have to find how many experiments we need to do. It depends on level to the power factor. So we are using 2 level and 3 factors. So we are going to do 8 experiments. And as I have just talked to you, a sample will look like this. And we are going to design that sample using SolidWorks. And since we are going to use 2 factor, 3 factor 2 level, we are going to use 8 experiments. So first table I am going to show you the factors and levels. So factors A, B and C. Factor A is infill percentage. This is something I can control. We have selected low as 5%, high as 100%. Orientation of the sample could be flat or standing, means 0 and 90 degree. Also we can use nozzle diameter 0.2 millimeter and 1 millimeter. So we have selected 3 factor 2 level, and that will give us 2 to the power 3 8 experiments. Now what are the 8 experiments? So we have A factor, it can be A1, A2. A1 factor can be B1, B2. B1 can be C1, C2. So if you look at this tree I have constructed, you can have A1, B1, C1 as first sample. You can have A1, B1, C2 as the second sample. So you can construct 8 samples like this. So when you make sample A, all the factors are put at their lowest value. When you make the last sample, A2, B2, C2, all the factors are set at their highest level. So we are going to make 8 samples with this variation of the parameter. And then what we are going to do, this table shows us the sample 1 through 8. And this is the factors like A, B, and C, and how the values are set. And we're going to complete that. At the end, we are going to make 8 experiments. If we come over here, this is the experimental data. So we have sample. So if we take sample 1, and we are going to use at least 4 replications or 5 replications. So for sample 1, we have 4 replications. We have 4 copies. We measure the surface roughness of the first one. It comes out to 8 micron. Then second sample 9.2, 14.2, 10.6. So the average is 12.4 micron. And then we'll do the second sample, and if we make the measurement, because second sample was made using different factors and levels, and we see that the RA value has gone to 26.2, 33.6, 40.0, 28.8. So his average is 30.4. So just from 2 samples, you see tremendous variation. If you do not do DOE experiment, you might be stuck with 34.4. However, by doing DOE, I have been able to bring it down to 12.4. And then there are 6 more rows that will be done in actual experiment. So you have 8 columns with average, and then on the right hand side, now these are just average. Sometimes average is not a very good statistical tool. So we want to verify because this sample is only taking the 3 factors. It does not take the interaction or anything. So there is another equation we call system equation. And the system equation is calculated from y double bar plus coefficient A, CA times A, CB times B, and so forth. We'll explain this equation in the class first. And so you have to go to your Excel sheet and construct a Y system equation for 8 rows. And so corresponding to sample 1, you'll get a corresponding response from system equation. And so you have average and corresponding system equation. what the system equation does, it gives us more accurate values. If the system equation and average is close to each other, then we think that the average is most significant. Sometimes you see 34.4, the system equation could be 44.4. So there is a tremendous discrepancy. So that is how we are going to find out which factors give us the lowest surface roughness. If we know the factors and the level, from now on we should only select the machine at those levels and start producing sample that will give us the lowest surface roughness. That is something we can use in industry.